Hi folks, doing? This is John again. JMC 6000. I have the Admiral here with the two blankets on the final spin. Now it does two things during the final spin on it. You know, this is about the new belt drives, but first, and when it first goes in the final spin, it spins up to about 450 RPMs. It stays there for only about a minute. Then it'll coast back down, and then it'll fire up again to about 700 RPMs, which is where it's at right now, and it'll stay like this for about 7 minutes or so. So right now it's at 700 RPMs, and both times when it spins up to the first 400 RPMs and then when it spins to the 700 RPMs, the pump comes on. But right now you hear the pump on, and during the second ramp of the spin, the 700 RPM spin, the pump will stay on only for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then it'll actually shut off, and the rest of the time that it spins, the next 4 or 5 minutes, for the rest of the final spin, it'll actually just spin with no pump on, which is actually good because the pump in these things, as you can tell, I'm kind of have to yell over it because they're kind of noisy. That's one of the things I dislike about these new belt drive washers is, and I think it's because of the way the pump is mounted. On most of these newer washers, outside of these, but most of the newer washers today, most of high efficiencies, have the pump mounted off on the frame itself. As you can tell, the pump just went off. It's a little bit quieter now. Now it's just spinning without the pump being on. You can kind of tell it's not that bad at all. Anyway, but on the belt drive washers, on the new Whirlpool belt drive washer, the pump is actually mounted directly on the bottom, and I've shown that in another video, but the pump is actually mounted directly on the bottom of the tub. And I think because of that, it causes this problem where it kind of over exaggerates the suction and whatnot. I don't know how else to describe it, but it causes a surge when it runs out of water to pump out, and it's just pumping a mixture of water and air. It causes this boom, boom, boom. I can show you in one of the videos what that sounds like as well, probably later on, but you've heard in other belt drive washers that sound. It's kind of annoying. It's probably one of the loudest sounds of this washer is the actual pump itself. And I think it's because of the way it's mounted, being mounted on the bottom of the tub and not being mounted on the frame or the bracketry of the washer in the inside of it, off to itself, by itself, like most other washers, most other high efficiency washers have that done. Now, you may ask, well, what about the bigger Whirlpool washers, the direct drive? Well, yeah, I guess you could call them the direct drive. They would be the Cabrios and the Bravos X and those things that use a similar drive setup as to the LGs and the Samsung, where you have a motor, a stator and the motor directly connected to the drum itself, and no belt or anything like that. Those actually have pumps on the tub. But the thing about those is that they're not mounted directly to the tub, as far as they're not grabbing suction directly out of the tub. They have a little hose from the tub. Even though the pump is mounted on the tub, they have a little hose coming from the tub to the pump, and then it pumps it out that way. So I think that kind of helps out, alleviate some of the noise that you really don't necessarily hear in those washers, but you hear accentuated, and even more so in the belt drive washers, whether it be this Admiral, whether it be the WTW4800X Whirlpools, whether it be the high efficiency belt drive washers, they all have that same exact annoying pump sound. But anyway, I figure I'll give you guys a kind of a shot of, the final spin of this washer, how it looks. Right now it's just coasting down, the lid lock's still on, and usually after it's done the final spin, after it's done coasting down, the pump will come on for about 30 seconds just to make sure there's no water in the tub, and then the cycle will be complete. But anyway, I just thought I would kind of explain, and kind of show you what's going on here with this washer, and I'll have more videos to come, of course. You expect a lot more videos. I want to show, again, a full load with this particular agitator, and then I have the old direct drive out back. I want to switch out the agitators to see how I would compare this straight vane to the dual action. It's actually an old Kenmore direct drive to the dual action agitator in the old Kenmore, and go from there and do some comparisons there. See if I can get that on video as well. So it's about ready to coast to a stop. You'll hear the pump come on. There it is. So it's just one noisy sounding pump. It really is. And that should be it. And it should be changing to cycle complete here. The lid lock will automatically unlock. There it goes. Well, take care and have a wonderful day.